Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to Livestream Review. Sorry about that. Had an open speaker there, but it's great seeing you. So for those who don't know, I'm Christian Karasiewicz. I'm the content marketing manager at StreamYard, and Livestream Reviews is your chance to ask us questions, have us help you solve your live streaming challenges, your problems. We also, though, want to hear the things that you've mastered as well. So a couple of upgrades, by the way, from the last show. I've got Charles Matthews here. I'm going to bring him on with me. So Charles is joining me. Obviously, you know Charles.
Hey, what's going on, people? I'm super excited. I don't know if you can see a theme happening here. You got to get your hoodie on. You know what I mean? Christian's got it on. I got it on. You got to get your hoodie on. If you haven't got your hoodie yet, make sure you go to the store. And if you can see what products is here, you know, you got the t-shirt, you got the pillow, you got the little duck, and of course, you got to get the cup. Come on, people. We're here. Let's go.
Now, in addition to that, we've got Charles, and you may recognize this guy as well. This is Eric Ballardo. Eric, how we doing?
See, Eric's got to go.
I'm doing great.
Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that.
See,
we got upgrades. We got the mugs. We got
the
mugs,
people.
matching mugs, matching hoodies. There we go. So what we've got going on this week is Eric is going to be helping us backstage for this week's show. We're going to try to either have Eric there, or we're going to rotate someone else in as well each show. Again, it's to help improve the show, because I know a lot of you were mentioning to me, I think the last time, hey, we had people were on screen too long, things like that. So we want to take that feedback and we want to improve the show. So I've just got a couple of very quick announcements. I'm going to do this. Eric, I'm going to take you off screen. I'm going to put you backstage. So Eric's going backstage. I got to say, I already like the personality that's going on there. So what I want to do, though, I want to do real quick is I want to show you all, it's the beginning of November, and what we've done every single month, we started to do this at the beginning of every month, is we've been releasing brand assets to help you improve your live streams. And I want to just walk through just a handful of these. There's a whole bunch more besides what is here. But the first thing you're going to have, for example, we've got new backgrounds. These are available for you to download from our Google Drive link that we've made available. Eric, I'm going to put that in the chat, by the way, if you want to just let people know about that. There's a Google Drive link. We can put that out in the public as well. But there's a bunch of new backgrounds for you to pick from. We also have, let me find these other cool ones we have. We've also got Puddles. You can't really see, I guess, let me go back to the regular background. We've got Puddles here in the top right corner. So if you want a fall themed Puddles, we do have that one. There's some other ones there. There's also, a lot of you have been asking us for a countdown timer. How about this nifty one? We're going to actually test this out, by the way, this week. Got a 5-minute countdown timer.
That one I like. That is the bomb right there.
And these are going in the logo section of your brand tab on your StreamYard studio. So if you go into your studio, you go under brands, you go under logo, you can upload this. By the way, if you have multiple ones you want to upload, I think bulk upload is also available now. So you can,
yes, it is.
Yes, you can select multiple files and you can upload them all at once, and then they'll just they'll upload to whatever the section was that you're loading them to. And then the other really cool one that I want to show you, actually two of them. We've got Thanksgiving coming up. We've got a turkey in there, an animated turkey for you. And oh, sorry, he won't go away. Hold on, let me get rid of him. Hold on.
That turkey looks confused.
And then we got this. I don't know. I think this is probably one of my favorite ones. There's like pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, I think. We've got animated pie as well, and a whole bunch more. Again, you can download all of these for free from your StreamYard. From the Google Drive link, and I'm gonna just drop a link here for everyone. So there you go. Sorry about that. Sorry, Glenda. I actually want to make sure we answer Glenda's question as well while we're doing this. Okay, cool. So Charles, do me a favor. I know we said we were going to make a couple of adjustments to the show. I'm gonna let you kind of walk everyone through that real quick.
All right. So to get everybody interested in going, we're gonna do some giveaways. But the thing is, Christian always says, write your notes, get your notepad ready, because we always give you tips and tricks. So today, there's gonna be some keywords that I keep spitting out. You got to make sure you write these down, because at the end, we just want you to write in the chat and put it into the giveaway wheel, the keyword. And whoever puts the keyword in, you have a chance of winning the giveaways. So if you want to come on stream, you got to put the keywords in the hashtags, and we're going to go through the wheel and we're going to just bring people on. It's going to be a lot different today. We're having discussions, we're having fun about what we can help you with, not just with the products, not just with streaming. We help you with everything. So today we want to help you with everything. So we have some keywords that we want you to put in. Just put it into the chat. We're going to spin the wheel, and then when we pick you, we're going to give you the link. Come on screen. Let's talk. It's going to be fun today.
Yes. Okay. So how do we want to kick things off?
All right. So first thing, let's kick things off. I just want to ask. You said, what was that? Put that pie back on again.
We get the pie, actually. Oh, sorry. There's the turkey. There we go.
Okay. What is it? What is that? It's pumpkin, right?
Pumpkin is, yes.
Okay. I'm asking everybody. First question, pumpkin or apple pie? Let's just go right off the bat, man. I just want to figure this out before we move on. Are you a pumpkin pie or apple pie people? Me? I'm kind of on the fence, man. If it's pumpkin pie, apple pie, you can have apple pie and ice cream. Pumpkin pie. What do you eat pumpkin pie with? Not ice cream. What do you eat pumpkin pie with?
Whipped cream, actually.
Is it? See? There you go. So let me know, people. We're just having some fun before we start. I want to know what you have. Apple pie, pumpkin pie, apple pie. There you see? Ooh, I don't know. Apple seems to be running it.
I gotta say, I'm a pumpkin person, but I do like a good homemade apple pie.
Is it the apple or the crust? Which is
I
it?
think it's the crust, actually. The crust is what makes it. And what makes the crust is the butter. So, but yes.
Okay, listen.
So Glenda's saying she loves sweet potato pie. I gotta say, great choice as well.
There you go. See, that's the thing. So after the show, Christian and I are going to be sending you our mailing addresses. Just if you want to send a slice or two, FedEx it over. I'll give away some free stuff for the best apple pie. You know what I mean? I'll give away some free stuff. Just let me know what you guys got there. Okay.
Fantastic. Okay, so
here it is.
First
Question of the day. I want you guys to put in the chat because we're going to spin the wheel. Challenge. What is your one challenge when you're streaming? When you're streaming, you're always like, oh, and that's the one challenge that you haven't mastered yet. What is the one challenge when you're streaming that you have problems in? So put in the chat the word challenge. I want to know what your one challenge is, and we're going to bring you on screen. So put the word challenge. What is the one challenge when you're streaming? You're like, oh man, I haven't mastered this yet. I haven't got it. So put in the chat the word challenge. Will you show screen today? Will you show screen today?
So
what do you mean by
I'm
that?
not sure how to pronounce your name. Seprin? I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly, but can you elaborate on what you mean by will you show screen today? We're happy to share a screen and show some things. We just need to know what you're referring to, actually.
Yeah. And if you're talking about bringing you on screen, yeah, we're doing that today. That's why we want everybody to put the word challenge in, and we're going to pick somebody from the wheel and just bring them on. So if that's what you want, yeah, put it in there. We're gonna choose a couple of people right now, because I want to know, like, when I first started out, for me, it was knowing to. Okay, so I'll give you a story. I went live, did a whole show, and I forgot to hit the live button. I thought I was doing the whole show live. We did the whole show, and at the end, I realized I didn't hit tape, I didn't hit record, I didn't hit nothing, and it was one of my best shows ever, and it was nowhere recorded. I had to tell the poor guest, "Oh, we had a glitch. My computer went down or something."
So would you say your challenge then was building a run of show at the time, or like
steps?
Okay.
I didn't know what steps. I was just like, so confused with all the buttons. I didn't click on it to start off the show properly. So, all right, there we go. A lot of challenges in there. Let's hit it, Christian. Let's hit the wheel and see who we're bringing on stage.
Okay.
First.
So do you want me to share the wheel? How do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's show them. So some people don't even know about the wheel. There's a great thing here.
By the way, Eric, do me a favor. Can you put in the comments, everyone, put the link to the StreamYard giveaway tool? So everyone, we have this giveaway tool. It's available to everyone who has a StreamYard account, whether you're on a free plan or a paid plan. You can go to streamyard.com/giveaway. Bookmark that, by the way, and you'll have the ability to do something like this. So, by the way, I'm also going to use our new picture-in-picture feature as well that we have.
There you go.
And so basically, you have access to this giveaway tool. And you could use it for giveaways. In this case, we're going to use it today for bringing people on screen. So still got a few people going here, but let me know when you want me to draw this, Charles.
Oh, let's hit it, man. Let's just do it. Right after that. Let's go.
Hopefully I don't get picked. I was just typing as an example. So okay, so G Albert, perfect. Okay, so G Albert, do us a favor, come backstage with us. And we want to bring you on and talk about challenges, live stream challenges.
Yes, please come on in. And if you have any questions, please put a Q in front of your question, and then we'll get that answered as well. And yeah, I did. I see a lot of comments coming in. Adam, yes, I did. I just said, Adam, I can't tell the person for real. I made the mistake and didn't click the button. I had to come up with something real quick, a computer glitch or something, right? Because it feels bad. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't push record. Something simple like that, and I didn't push record. Come on now.
Definitely. So
all right, so we'll put the link in, and then come on screen. So what was your one challenge there, Christian?
I gotta say, my one challenge was keeping the show on time.
Okay.
That's my big thing, because here's the thing. I love helping everyone. I love talking. I will stay on as long as I possibly can. And the thing is, you got to set boundaries for your shows. You got to, if you've got 3 hours of time, set, at 3 hours, you got to start cutting it off, or 2 hours or 1 hour, for example. And so that's the key thing, is like making sure there is a start and an end time and that you're consistent with it. I've not been very consistent with that at times. So that was my challenge. But the good thing was like I used to do a show and it was like over 3 hours long. It wasn't just this show, it's another one. And it was over 3 hours long. And the problem with that was, like I started to scale it back. And then the thing was, I started to scale it back. And I said, okay, well, does it need to be 1 hour? Does it need to be 3 hours? And so I scaled it back a little bit, and then I scaled it back even further. And then I'm still tightening it up. It doesn't matter if, it's the first time that you've done it. Like, you got to work on it. So, yeah, that was my big challenge.
Yeah, I like this one. Everybody's gonna have a challenge. Even if you're the top streamers, things happen. You know what I mean? Things happen. You're gonna get glitches here and there. So you just gotta roll with the punches and learn how to move on from it. All right,
Albert, I'm going to put a link here. So Albert, please, do us a favor. Please join us backstage, so we can bring you on and talk challenges, by the way. So this is the other key thing. Whole point of this is we want to bring as many people on as possible and have, give you all a few minutes here and there, and work through these things. So, so the faster you come in, the more people we get to. So.
All right, so one question right here. Let's pop this one up there. Right, John's deciding to continue shows, right, and taped. Oh. Okay, yeah, so sometimes the challenge is having the guest come into your show on time, and that's a big one, and having them come in. But here's the one thing that I realize: you set the time. If your guest really wants to be on your show, they'll make it. Okay. And then between going from tape to live, what do you think, Christian?
I think here's the thing. I think the tape and live, for example, it really depends on what the goal of your show is. You have to think about it like this. If you're doing live streams, for example, and you want engagement, then live streams are going to be the way to go. If you go with a pre-recorded video, the challenge with a pre-recorded video is that, a pre-recorded video is not going to have as much real-time engagement. So it really is going to depend on what the topic is and what your goal is. For example, if you're going to make a tutorial, while it's easy to live stream a tutorial, it's actually better to do a pre-recorded video, because those are going to have more staying power if you look at the analytics. So it really comes down to the type of show you're doing.
There you go. All right, I think we have somebody in the back room there.
That's not Albert yet, actually. So let's see if Albert wants to come on. Where's he at?
Albert, are you coming in, my friend? Come on in.
So here's what I'm going to do. In the meantime, I'm going to redraw a second person while I'm waiting for Albert here.
Okay.
So we're going to draw another person. So Albert, when you're ready, just come on screen with us, please. And then we're going to draw another person, and let's see what we got.
I was going to pick you there for a second.
it would either pick me or pick Albert again. So Steven, if you want to come on screen with us, do us a favor. Let's drop the link to you as well, and we're going to get you to come on screen as well. Albert's here. Perfect.
Albert just came in. All right, Albert, turn on your camera so I can pop you in, my friend. All right.
Okay.
I think he's having a problem with his camera.
So maybe that's. Let's see what he.
Oh, there we got something.
Okay, okay. Let's bring him on. How we doing, Albert?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, my friend. We just can't see you.
Challenges of life.
So what was your first challenge, Albert, starting off?
Challenges of life. Let's see. I got to turn this thing off. There we go.
So what?
I
Yeah, go ahead.
hear you.
All right, Albert. So fix it up, and then we'll bring you back on.
So I guess a challenge would be for me to set my computer up so that I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Hey, you know what the funny thing is? This is what happens. Here's one rule. We're gonna bring you back on, Albert, in a second when I see you give me the thumbs up. Here's one thing. This is why you do a setup with your guests. Okay, so sometimes this is gonna happen, but in the chat, let me ask you guys this: what timeline do you give your guests? Do you tell your guests to come in 15 minutes before the show, half an hour before the show? Let me know in the chat. What's your timeline, Christian?
It's usually 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
But it depends. Here's the other thing. It depends on what it is. For example, I'll give you all an example here. Charles and I and Eric, we joined 15, 20 minutes ahead of time. And Charles was having a whole bunch of audio issues. We were going to use that time to actually talk, to get the show, kind of lined up and whatnot. But we didn't get to because we had to use it for fixing technical issues. Like Charles was having his audio was being picked up on his webcam and things like that. And so 15 to 20 minutes, but it really depends on who I'm working with as well. If I'm working with somebody that is, if I'm working with somebody who is really good at that knows exactly what they're doing, they've been through this a bunch before, 15, 20 minutes is plenty. But if you're working with people that have never done it before, I would even go 45 minutes out.
Yeah, just to test everything, make them look good and everything like that. So, all right, Albert, there we go, my friend. How you doing?
I'm good. I've done this for church many times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to get the pastor and everybody coming on board 15 minutes at least before time.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody likes to come on minutes before. And so right now I hear myself echoing, and I know that I have something like a browser on.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Christian has a great idea. When things like this happen, when my mic wasn't working, I did the Christian test. So
unplug everything, right?
Yeah, Christian's you unplug everything and restart again. So that's what I did. I dropped down, I unplugged all my systems.
I know, I see it.
And replugged everything back in one at a time. And then after that, you just tested and tested. And I found out once I unplugged all my webcams, I found out it was my webcam at the back that was doing the echo. It was hearing me and it was taking the sound from my webcam. So yeah, so if you're ever having problems, eliminate one at a time until you find out what the main source is. So there you go. That's one idea to eliminate things as you go. And then the other thing too, Christian, what about you?
Yep.
I make it mandatory. So yes, I know he works for the church and the pastor will walk in and people will walk in, but is there a way of like sending a signal to them by text, phone, email, like, you know, you just have it on, send it to them, need you in, need you in now.
I try that. I think sometimes though it is hard. I mean, you can send as many messages as you want. I think the key thing is as you're booking a guest, this is where I think it's also super important. Like I have a whole form that people fill out when they're booking a time. So like you can use tools like Calendly or any of those, or Calendly, Harmonizely, you know, any of those kinds of services. And they basically are a tool where somebody goes and they, you know, there's no back and forth with, well, what time do you want to be on? You know, what day you want to be on? It's you set the time in the day that's available to those people. You send it to them. There's one link they get. And then once they've selected the time and day and they've gone to book it, then you even can have questions. The things like very simple things like, for example, what social media handle should I promote? You can ask them what the best method is to contact you. For example, if it's email or messenger or phone number, for example, like encourage them to give that information to you so that you know how you need to get a hold of them. Because remember, it's not just like, it's your show as well that suffers. So if you have a guest on and the guest doesn't show up, that it looks bad on you as well. It's like, oh, well, why are they not getting guests coming on?
Right.
So, so you can have all those questions at least ahead of time so that then you don't have to like send a whole bunch of emails, worry, hey, did my email go to spam? Did it, you know, not get through to their text message? Did they not see it?
I'm good now. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So here's the other thing too. Adam said something which I find some more people doing. He does a pre-interview before the actual day interview.
Right.
So they come on, they can test everything out, and he's like, "Yeah, you're good. Okay, yeah, use this microphone. Up, I'm hearing something. Okay." So when the day comes, they've already did a pre-interview, already said and done. So that's a pretty good thing. So let me ask you guys in the chat, how many people do a pre-interview before your guests actually come on? Just say yes, you do. Just put it in the chat. Just say yes that you do a pre-interview before your actually live stream show. Just put a yes in the chat. Yeah.
Pre-interview, like on the fly.
Well, no. So I guess, yeah. So I guess if the show's on Thursday, you would meet with them like, you know,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and just figure it out for 10. All it takes is take 10 minutes to make sure that they have the link, make sure it looks good. And here's another thing too, make sure their background looks good. Okay. You know, you have people.
Hey, you like my props behind me?
I was gonna say, hold on, let me put in full screen here. I think, yeah, so I noticed the Mac Mini box.
Yep.
An iPad, Magic Keyboard.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's the little small box actually. And I see you.
That's a Wise camera.
Okay. So you got like one of these maybe.
I can't see you.
So like very similar to this. So like one of these maybe, like something along the lines of this.
Something on the
similar,
lines of this.
Yeah, basically tiny ones.
So
all right.
Yeah.
All right, Albert, that's your time, my friend. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll talk soon.
But I really appreciate you guys joining or allowing me to join in. But this is something similar to what I go through, and then, you know, as a presenter, it's never the same pre-go live, because you don't have it with a pre-go live test. You don't have the actual live stream going on with an audience, with the lag time going on, because your pre-go live test, it's just you and the presenter, you know, that's going on, and things could work out well, but you're not actually on YouTube. Okay. And that's the one thing that you have missing with the pre-go live test, is that you don't have that lag time missing. So I think that's one thing that the audience should probably have added to their checklist with the pre-go live test, because I had to go through the process of turning off the YouTube channel prior to coming in to this go live to turn off that lag or that echo to get things straight so that I can hear what was going on. So as your person, whomever is in the back room, is trying to come in to get ready to go through that
All right.
audience testing, that's probably something that's going to be useful.
All right. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Albert.
Here's what he's saying though, and it happens a lot of times. People like seeing themselves on screen. Okay, like right now, I have you on another screen to make sure everything's going out. We're pushing out the links and all that stuff. But you got to remember, if you're going to show yourself on another screen, you have to mute that other screen. Okay, mute it, get rid of it. If you're going to go on live, just get rid of it. You can always go back and watch yourself later. Because I've had many guests that are looking at themselves, click live, and then like he said, it's a delay. So when I ask them a question, the camera comes back on and asks them the same question. They think I'm repeating my question. And I'm not. It's just a delay from the last question. So that's pretty good there too.
Definitely.
Right.
And so the only other thing I think I would add also, I just want to go through some of the comments real quick. I saw a lot of people were asking about so while we're suggesting, hey, like you can join, you can have people join at different times. If you go through like some of the comments people have been saying, like Walter saying, hey, he has a discovery call with people. But you've got Larry Dell saying, hey, you know what? No pre-interview, everything on the fly, never failed yet. So it partly comes down to how comfortable you are with it.
Yep.
But it also comes down to, also your guests. Like if you know that you're working with people who've never like done live streaming, there may be more hand-holding that needs to happen. So you may not want to skip the pre-interview checklist. The other thing is the pre-interview checklist, as Charles mentioned, it does not need to be very long. It doesn't need to be a 1 hour meeting. It needs to be like 15, 20 minutes. Because again, it's also, if somebody's coming on, you want to make sure that your show looks good because you're doing things the right way, looks good, sounds good. Sound, by the way, is key. But you also want to make sure your guest sounds good as well, because if your guest does not sound good, they're not going to blame their equipment. They're going to say, oh, well, it was your show.
Exactly.
That made, as to why something, they couldn't get something to work versus like, oh, hey, they were in a noisy environment. Or for example, if we hadn't done testing with Charles, you would have heard a very, very, very different mic when we were doing this. So,
and here's the last thing too. It all depends on the type of show, like Christian said. So for example, I'm like you too. My guests come in, I go live. But when I have a bigger show, so the other months ago, I had 9 dignitaries from the Caribbean islands coming on my show. Trust me, I did a pre-show. I sent them the link, and that day I made them all come in to test to make them sure they sound good. It depends on the level of your guests. I had 9 dignitaries. I want to make sure that I'm all good, they all sound good, because at the end of the day, your show is going to represent who your star is. So, you know what I mean? If you have a big star coming on your show, you're not going to wait last minute to hear the glitches on your show. You're going to do a pre-show. So make sure you grab that.
Fantastic. So next up, actually, so we have Steven Smith backstage. We're going to bring him up for, have him talk about what his challenge is and see how we can help him with that.
Yep.
So Steven, are you ready to come on
in the
screen?
back there too. So here we go.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go and bring on Steven.
Yep.
Steven, how we doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Your audio sounds good. You're on an iPad though, right? Or a mobile device?
No, I'm actually on a Samsung Galaxy.
Okay.
Cool.
And I don't have my headphones on. I wasn't really prepared to do this, but glad to be a part of this for sure.
So let me just show you one thing, Steven. Do me a favor, Steven. Your phone is in a holder?
Yeah.
Can you turn it sideways?
Yes.
There you go. See,
Better?
It eliminates the 2 black sides.
Yeah. Excellent.
So you get full screen. If someone's ever using your phone, that's one way to get them full screen.
Yeah. I do use phones as secondary cameras, but I use what have I got here? This Logitech for my main camera. And I appreciate you bringing me on. I had mentioned that my challenge is having guests show up on time, being able to have those moments to be able to do some sound checks and make sure everything is working well.
Okay.
and then getting caught. I have so many times on these live broadcasts where the guest doesn't show up. I've advertised it. People know it's happening, and yet I don't have that guest. And it's like, I had to learn to have a backup plan. And so I've been considering whether I should just go straight to doing recorded so that we can work with it, edit it where necessary, make sure that we don't have any glitches, particularly the guests sometimes, because they might be the first time they've ever come on the camera. They don't know. And so it's difficult to get the technical issues resolved when you're live. So that's been
here's a question for you. When you ask for your guests to come onto your show, do you send them instant reminders? So for example, for my guests for Calendly, they get an email reminder, then they get another reminder to the show, and the day of, they get a cell phone text reminder about the show. Do you send out reminders?
I do send out reminders, and then I do try and call as a result of having that happen so many times. It's like I have to take some steps, send them an email, remind them that day, send them a messenger or a message, text message in some manner at the minimum. I found that when I send the email, people aren't reading all of the information. I'm trying to make it simple for them to know what's going to happen, when the timing is. And I find a lot of people just skimmed over it, didn't catch exactly what I was trying to achieve. I can see I got some lighting issues here, but I'm not in my studio. I'm just sitting here. So I just figured, hello. I don't mind glitches. I'm used to them now.
So a couple questions I have for you.
Yes.
Walk me through like what your process, like it doesn't have to be like super detailed, but walk me through like the process. If I sign up, like am I signing up through a Calendly link? Am I signing up through like, are you and I just chatting over Messenger and you're saying, hey, Christian, yeah, I'm going to book you, and you put me into a spreadsheet. And then when you email me, are you emailing me directly like each day, or are you using an automated program for that?
What I've done is that I've been doing broadcasting for over 3 years now, and just working on trying to refine it as I go. Recognize that initial, so I have a lot of people or run across somebody or see somebody on another show. It's like, yeah, I really would like to have them on my show. So then I'll reach out to them, whether it's through Messenger or not. Then I send them an email, which is going over when I've slotted them in, timing wise, the date, when to be on, asking them to come on at least 15 or so minutes ahead of the show, and then trying to touch base the day before as well as that same day of the show to give them a reminder that we've got the show tonight. Okay,
so hold on. The one thing I didn't hear was some type of booking link that goes into their phone or into their date, because I heard an email, a message. So yeah, that's all great, but people are busy. Unless it goes into their calendar, they're going to forget all about it. So I think Christian is right that you need some type of booking agent that puts it into their calendar. So if they look to book something else, they're like, oh, I can't. I have his show on this day at this time. Because an email does not go into their calendar.
Yeah. So I've got the G Suite is what I'm using for the business end of it for my shows. And I don't know that I've really been sending them a Gmail invite on that. Well, I do put it on my calendar, and I put their email in, so they're getting a thing. They should be confirming yes or no. But I would have to say sometimes that's not happening, that they're actually getting in there. Maybe a different program would be better than just Gmail stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's actually what I wanted to actually talk about there real quick. I'm going to actually pull this up. So I'm going to pull up Calendly just to show you all what this looks like. So this is Calendly, for example, and the way these work. So the one thing, as Charles mentioned, like this is the one thing at least I see as well. Just because you send them just because you add them to a calendar, for example, it's still like you still are you're waiting for the guest to take some action versus and it's on the back end usually. It's like, hey, did they get my email? Did I get the right address, etc. If you use a tool like a Calendly or one of these other services, they have the ability when you set them up so that it ties into the calendar service.
Right.
But the other thing that it also has is it has those questions that you can have them answer, and it forces the guest to have to book this. It's not on you. It's not about it's not on you being like it sounds to me like you're having to do all the work and your guests just can show up if they want or maybe not show up. And the thing is that may work if you get a string of guests doing it regularly, but at the same time, what'll also tend to happen is what can also happen is you might even get people that like sorry, I lost my train of thought. But basically, like by having all the questions and things like that, you're able to collect that information from them. So I think that overall, I think that can really help you. Like it forces the person to make a decision, forces them to have to book the time with you versus saying, oh yeah, like, cause if you ask me and I said, oh yeah, I'll do it. Right. But I may not have checked my calendar. I may not have checked anything else that I've got going on. And so by sending me that one link, they know that they have a commitment at that point with you. Versus the other one, they can kind of just blow it off as like, hey, oh, I forgot to actually check that. Or, oh, I never got your message. Versus the other one, they had to actually book it. The other thing is that those services also have reminders they'll send out as well. So if somebody books, you can set up a reminder that will go out automatically to them to say, hey, this show is happening in 24 hours. This is, and then there's another reminder that goes out. Hey, the show is going live in 30 minutes. Please show up. Yeah.
And I know someone just said about the phone call with Calendly, you can actually send them a direct text to their phone. So, and they'll see the text and then they can push the button to call you back right away. And that feature is in Calendly where you can send a text message. So it's direct messaging. So if I'm driving and I get a text and I go, oh, I'm supposed to be on a show in half an hour. And then if I'm going to be late, I can just push the button and call you and say, hey, I'm going to be late, 20 minutes behind schedule or whatever it is. But they're constantly getting your reminder and it puts it in their calendar and your calendar at the same time.
That's really good advice. And I did see the one comment about that simple phone call. And I've certainly done that too. It's like, but it's like 10 minutes to the show. It's like you didn't show up then. Now I'm calling you, and it's like, where are you? We're ready to go.
So that's good advice. I got one last suggestion for you, and this is because I want to hear from everyone in the comments. By the way, have you ever had a guest not show up to your live stream? Let us know in the comments, like yes or no, like
yes or no. Put it in.
The other suggestion I want to make as well is part of it is, do you need the guest? Is that what makes your show? Or let's just say the guest happened to not show up. Could you do the show by yourself?
I have always created that backup plan to talk about the topic that I would have talked with the guest. Okay. I have three shows and they're on Roku and Amazon. Okay. And so I guess my point is that yes, like the town hall get to know show, that is one where I'm trying to introduce that person, have them share their wisdom with the viewers.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's one option. And then the other thing you can also do, and I want to make sure we bring up Jem's point here in a second, but the other thing you can also do. So if the guest doesn't show up, I also have the other thing I would also suggest is doing some networking as well. So for example, I've got a few people that if somebody doesn't show up for my show, and we already try to plan things ahead of time, we know the person's not showing up. What I will also do is I have backup people that typically I know when they're available. And so they can come on and talk about something in the off chance. I guess it's not.
I've had to do that too. Beautiful. Good point though. Yep. Have a backup, have backup plan is definitely important.
All right, Stephen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome.
You bet.
Thanks, bye.
I like Adam's comment, right? I gotta put it back on the screen. Not answering. Don't want to jinx us.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I mean, that's a great comment, and I want to bring up Jem's comment here as well. Jem says we had a pre-recorded best of to play instead. That's another great fallback option as well. So inside of StreamYard, you have the ability to do pre-recorded videos where, for example, Charles and I could be backstage. We could just do a straight up recording of something, and then we could actually play that in the off chance our guest does not show up. Or like we could actually pre-record it as live, or actually just play it. For example, we could, if the person's like, hey, you know what, I'm not sure I can make it, pre-record the content with them as well. So still book it, do it ahead of time, and then play it at the regular time.
Yeah.
So
that's the beauty of StreamYards pre-recorded now. Sometimes they'll call you and say, listen, I won't be able to make it that day. And you're like, well, do you have time now? Yeah, I got about half an hour. Okay, let's do a quick show. Boom, record it, and then play it afterwards. So
okay, so we've got Eric, who's next? Actually, let me know in the chat, who do we have next coming on screen?
all right. So here's after, I think we have somebody in the back room, but I want to ask this other question before we move on to the next question that everybody put in the chat as well. I need to know, okay, that's a challenge, but what do you struggle with? What's the one thing that you struggle with that you just want to get over with? Challenging is getting the people to come in, but what's your one thing that you struggle with? And that's me. The one thing that I struggle with is getting the word out there. I think I wait too long for my shows to really do all the technical stuff, like set up the keywords, set up the logo, set these things up before I go live. That's the one thing that I struggle with. What about you, Christian?
I would say I think I struggle with promoting my show more than I need to.
Yeah.
I don't do enough. I will say this: I struggle with not promoting it enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Eric's, by the way, I love that Eric did this. Thank you, Eric, by the way, for doing that. I was going to ask if we could do that. So if you have something you struggle with, you want to come on screen and talk with us, put in the word struggle in the comments, and then we're going to pick somebody and we're going to bring you on. So in the meantime, we have a question coming in from Crypto Alchemist here. Crypto, are you ready to come on screen?
Thumbs up, buddy. Let me see it. There we go. Here we go.
Okay. How we doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Buddy, how you doing, pal?
Good. Nice to meet you guys.
You
Nice to meet
too.
So I do lots of joint streams with already established YouTube channels. And then I also am a media manager for a lot of musicians, and I'm in the music industry in Western Canada a lot.
Okay.
And I've been combining both sort of thing now, and StreamYard's been the perfect thing for it. But what I'm trying to figure out is when these artists already have their pre-established accounts and whatnot, and then they get a StreamYard account and then join in with like their Facebook or with their YouTube and whatnot, is there a way to be able to start streaming to their channels as well without having to get their passcodes that they give me, their private email, to have to enter all of that in to then be able to set it up to also stream to their channels?
Well,
very good question. That's a
that
good
is
challenge, actually. That is a very good challenge to have, having too many accounts to manage, and have to go through the thing of getting passwords and emails.
Quick question for you. Is it always YouTube?
And also other people's though. So it's like I do a lot of joint streams with a couple of channels from Australia, and then also with there's like the alien scientist I work with. He's in like New York area, but he runs a bunch of physics conferences and stuff. So I'll join into his streams, and then it's like they'll be streaming the APEC Alternative Propulsion Engineering Conference on his channel, but then I'm not able to also stream it on my channel, even though I'm going through or joining with my StreamYard that I like account and stuff like that. Right.
Okay. And so here's a question for you. Is it only YouTube that you do the joint with?
No, I'm also on mine right now. On my own account, I have it set up that I stream to my two Facebook accounts. One's my clothing line professional and one's my personal. And then on my crypto YouTube channel, and then on my science research channel. And then I also have my friend in Australia. He trusts me enough that he gave me the keys to his main Google account, and then I also stream to his, which helps out because he's got 100,000 subscribers, where I've just been doing this for a few months now, so it exponentially grows, sort of thing. And then
so here's one thing with Facebook. The best way to do it for me, because I do the same thing you do, I join with other people's account. Just ask them to put you as admin. That way you don't have access to their stuff. if they add you as admin for the show, it takes 2 seconds. They click you, you click on it, boom, you're in. When you go live, you just add them to your live stream. So if you go into my back end, when I do a
Where's
show,
the admin part? Sorry, I don't know if I've seen that.
they're gonna do it on their Facebook page.
Oh no, I'm talking for StreamYard though. Like they're joining.
No, yeah. So hold on, let me see if I can do it. Christian, can you go to destinations? And I don't know if you have it. I can do it on mine.
Actually, you probably need to do it on yours. But
okay, so
I think you're dealing with business account features that aren't available in the professional account.
So no. So what I'm talking about is
he's here. So what Charles is saying is what you need to have them do. If it's, for example, if you need to access a Facebook page or a YouTube channel, for example, and the way it works at the moment is if it's inside of StreamYard to add them as destinations there. Right now, they have to they either have to give you the information and you add it, or they have to have your StreamYard login. The other way you can do it, though, is you can go over to the platforms, i.e., to Facebook, to a Facebook page, go under settings, and there's a page roles feature, and they can add you as an admin there. The other option is if it's on YouTube, same thing. They make you an admin there. And then when you go inside of StreamYard and go to add those destinations on your own personal account, you will have the ability to add those accounts. Does that make sense?
Kind of. But especially for YouTube, where's the admin option? Like I'm a moderator on like all of their channels and stuff like that.
So it's under let's see. So YouTube Studio, let me see. Then under settings, I think, and then
oh, that's something I'm a noob at and I don't know about. I guess I've never gone into the studio.
There's a whole section inside of there for you to be able to, like, for the owner of the account to be able to add approved people.
Okay. So you do it through the social media accounts, not through StreamYard. That's
right. And then
that is an option, yeah.
And then when you go to destinations, you click destination, you add it, and then when you go to stream, you click theirs. So now you're streaming on yours, and it copies on theirs as well. So now you're streaming to both of yours at the same time.
Yeah, like I've already got that set up with a couple of my regular guys. I'm just doing about 5 to 10 different joint streams with different channels a week. And then, so for instance, another aspect is like one of my channels is strictly crypto, and then one of it is like just everything, and it's like exponentially bigger. The crypto one I've just kind of started, and I want to do like either at the start or the end of my weekly podcast. It's a 3-hour podcast I do on the weekends, to do like a 20 or 30-minute crypto section. And is there a way to stop streaming or just start streaming to on and off, like through it once you start it, sort of thing? Like the way I have it right now, it's like once I start it, it has to go to all of my channels from start to finish, right? Is there any way that I can like click it to start streaming onto a channel for just part of it and then stop it?
Yeah.
Or
yeah. So at the top, you know, when you show
Charles, do you want to bring up? Let's actually see if we can just show him this dashboard. Actually,
okay. So that's one beauty that I love about StreamYard. I've actually started streaming and then added other socials during my stream. So all you got to do is go edit.
This is possible? Oh my goodness! I need so badly.
Yeah. So you can actually edit, and while you're streaming, take other socials off. So say you're streaming to your Twitch and your YouTube, and then you tell everybody, okay, everybody, we're gonna leave YouTube and we're gonna go over to my Stretch account. If you want to go over there, and during the stream, you just click and get rid of one,
my week,
and then go over to the other one.
So
I think Christian's gonna pull it up.
Oh,
Charles, let me do this. Charles, let me do this real quick. I'm gonna mute myself, and I want you to drive.
All right, so that way he doesn't get feedback. I know what Christian's doing. Okay, so if you look at the very top, you see at the top we're going for Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You see to the left where it says edit. you can actually hit edit, and then there you go. You can take them out. You can add a new one in. You can switch it up. So say we don't want to go to Facebook and LinkedIn anymore. We just take those off and just stream only to one. All right, so there's your options right there. You can edit on the fly.
Does that make sense?
That is beyond amazing. That is the feature I was hoping for and did not know existed. That is huge.
Awesome.
A couple more questions. Like,
hold on one second, my friend. We gotta move on to the next.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you want to come back in, just hit the button and come back in. But we gotta move on to our next guest. But thank you so much, because I think a lot of people didn't know that feature was actually there.
Much love and respect, my friends. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
Okay, so let me see what else we got going on here. So I know we talked about challenges.
Yep.
So I think the next word you were asking about, Charles, was struggle, right? So if you struggle with something through your live streams, what exactly is that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the let me pull up this window as well. So what I basically am doing, by the way, everyone, I'm running multiple giveaways at the same time. So for example, now we're going to talk about struggle. It's going to look like this. So let's pick somebody, and then Eric, do me a favor, have that link ready so we can bring them on screen. So
please. And this is a great tool to get interaction with people. This is a great tool to do your giveaways. So if you haven't seen it before, it's real simple. You pick the word, you put it in, and we'll bring Christian on. Well, hold on. Here's the beauty about this, Christian. You explain it. If you pick the winner that you've already gave to, can you draw again?
I can, yes. So up here in the top corner, it's going to show you the number of entries. That's going to let you draw it again as well. Now I can't rule myself out again, so I could happen to get picked again, but fingers crossed that I don't, because it's all about you, by the way. So let's draw again.
There we go. Come on.
And as you can see, by the way, the entries, as people are typing the word struggle into the comments, it then makes it easy for us to bring them on. So Anfield Road layout in the loft, we're going to bring you on screen whenever you're ready, though. So so Eric's got that link ready for you, I think, right?
There you go. Come on in, my friend, and let's figure out what the main struggle for you is.
And while Eric's doing that, by the way, I got two comments I need to answer here. So Fernando is asking, which app is this? We're using a free giveaway tool that we at StreamYard have created. You simply go to streamyard.com/giveaway. Bookmark that, by the way, because it's available to every single one of you who has a StreamYard account, whether it's the free plan or the paid plan. The same thing, flop roll, abioj. How do we do that? Random generator. Again, it's directly through the StreamYard giveaway tool. So you start it up, you create a new StreamYard broadcast. There will be an option in there to include a keyword. In this case, we're using keywords, or we could leave it blank. And we've started it and we've left it running in another window while we're in the StreamYard studio. So that's how it works.
Yeah, and let me ask you guys, have you used the tool to do anything else? Like if you knew about the tool, just type in the chat what you use the tool for. Have you used it for giveaways? Have you used it for picking winners? Have you used it, like what object have you used the tool for? Put it in the chat. Let's look, because many people just think about using it for winners. There's other ideas maybe you want to use the tool for. So what have you used the tool for?
Fantastic. Right. So while we're doing that, so it's let me make sure I tag the right person, Anfield. So let me go and pull up Anfield real quick. I'm going to tag Anfield so that we can get Anfield on screen. Charles, feel free to bring up whatever you get.
I love our guests. Watch this comment right here. I got to pull this one up. Hold on. Where did it go? Here it is. Congrats. Thank God I didn't come up. I didn't have any makeup on. That's why I love our StreamYard viewers, man. You guys are the best, man. I love your comments. Yeah, so what do you use the tool for? Yes, use it for giveaways. Is there a point for StreamYard? Is the app? Yeah. Eric, you don't have any makeup on either? I love it, guys. You guys are the best, man. Trust me, I miss talking to you guys on the weekends. It's a
Definitely.
Make me learn, because the questions you guys ask, actually I go back and think, okay, how do I make that better? How do I make this better? So I love it.
And I love all the examples you all are sharing with us, like people doing, using for
hold
food giveaways.
That I'm okay. Food giveaways. Now you got me thinking. What's your show about? Food giveaway.
Definitely, yeah. Lots of really good questions. So while we're waiting for, by the way, Charles, let's also address Kathy's question as well. While we're waiting for Anfield to come on screen with us, I'm gonna pick another draw. I'm gonna pick another person as well. Just in the off chance while we're waiting.
Oh, is this in the free or paid version? It's for anybody. That's the beauty of it. You can just go to the link. Eric, can you put the link in for everybody? It's a free tool. That's what StreamYard did. They gave everybody this free tool. They used to use it only in the town hall meetings. And then everybody saw it in the town hall and they were like, oh my God, what that tool is, that's fantastic. So they figured out a way so everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted. They did it one time. They gave it, we want to give away, but we have some idea of giving it away. They pushed the button and the chat went crazy. They're like, oh, when is it coming? How's it coming? When did we get it? And I think it took 4 months?
It took a while. But the crazy thing was, this is the best thing. Every time you do a live stream, there's usually 3 questions that get asked. What camera are you using? What microphone? And how do I get the giveaway tool?
Exactly.
So
there it is.
All right. So Anfield's here. So Anfield Road, layout in the loft. So Charles, go ahead and bring them on. Anfield, how are we doing?
Not too bad. Most of the struggling things I struggle with. I love using StreamYard because I do a lot of scratch building series on my train layout. That's what I've got the workbench in front. I have got multiple cameras I do usually use, but I thought I'll just use me one camera. I could have done the other camera where I have 2 cameras with me in and the workbench, but I thought it was easier to bring myself just up. But I struggle when I'm creating streams. I struggle with certain stuff on trying to making thumbnails and on words to try and bring people into the streams.
Okay, so thumbnails. Have you heard of a thing called Canva?
Yes, I've recently started using it.
Okay, so
Canva. I'm still getting to grips with Canva. I used to, when I first started streaming, I was just using one camera. I've now gone to, I've got 3 cameras set up, but they're not all running together. I run, that's what I like with StreamYards. I can bring 3 different cameras with different views into StreamYards.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Have you numbered your cameras?
Yes, I've got them numbered. Layout 1 and 2 and person cam.
There you go. So a lot of people would put cameras up and then they don't number their cameras to themselves. So when they hit camera 1's actually over here and they're still looking at camera 2.
Yeah, so no, I've actually got them worked out as numbered. I've actually spent a lot of time numbering them to how I want them for my channel and for me streaming.
All right, so for me, Christian, for him to go smooth, what do you do for run a show? We talked about this before, but run a show is key, so you know where to go to which one to make it look smooth to bring guests on.
Yeah. So to run a show, if I'm running, for example, my scratch build show I do on a Sunday at 5 o'clock, I have 2 cameras. One will be on me and one will be on the workbench when I'm doing a scratch build. Usually a kit. I'll actually go to that setup. I'll make sure it's all there and ready to roll when I'm ready to go live. And I mainly, but I do sometimes if me guests don't turn up, I don't have a backup plan.
So here's the thing: you can only do a show with the guests, or you haven't practiced doing it by yourself.
I do, that's what I'm saying. I do shows without guests as well. I'll do a scratch build or run trains, for example, on a live stream on StreamYards. I do run trains occasionally, and then what I'll do is I'll run trains for I'll do usually average 3 hours. I'll run trains for 2 hours of the stream, and then the last hour I'll bring people up into the stream.
Okay, so here's a little quick advice. With StreamYard, you can save your streams to a certain amount in your back end. Okay, so StreamYard, that's a great thing. Everybody knows that it saves your past recordings, right?
Yeah.
So my advice to you is I would go pre-record, because in StreamYard you can record only. You don't have to go to
I only use the free version though.
Oh, say that part again.
I only use the free version at the moment. I do want to go down the road of StreamYards, but at the moment, I until next month I can't go for the paid version, but I will. But I'm in the UK, and I don't know I ain't conversed how much it is different for it in the UK. I haven't seen how much it works out at.
Okay, so what I would suggest is when you do go to that next level, I would pre-record a bunch of your own scratch builds.
Yeah.
Because you can save them, and if a guest doesn't show up, you can always go into your past recordings, click one, and just set that to go. So there you go.
I've never known about that. That's why I've been watching some of your stuff, and I thought I seen this one, and you were putting up about the struggle, and I thought I'll see if I get picked to come up. But it is hard going. When I first done my channel, I created it as a vlog for other people out there to see what I do, and I was scared to come on camera. I wouldn't show myself on camera, and now all of a sudden I use StreamYards going on to other people's panels, showing what I'm doing. I like the option of StreamYards. It is good.
Yeah, so it's the easiest thing that everybody should do. For me, I already have 2 that I recorded by myself, and they're sitting in the StreamYard background. So if a guest ever seems to not show up or something happens, I can always go hit the pre-record one, set the time, and set it and let it play. And I know I have 2 shows that I've done. When you have time, you just do 2 shows and just have them sitting in the background. So if your guest never shows up, hit the button, go live.
Yeah. I didn't know you could do that. Now I'll look into that, because I am going to look next month at paying for StreamYards.
There you go.
By the way, I want to also do one other thing real quick. So we're getting a couple of comments from people. They were saying like your audio is like it's crackling.
I know what that may be. I know what I've.
And we want to help you with that as well, because here's the thing: when you're doing a live stream, audio is the most important part of the live stream. It's not the video.
I've noticed that the audio does crackle.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'll walk you all through my test. So, Anfield, I'm going to leave you on. I'm going to leave you unmuted. I'm going to leave Charles unmuted.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Say something, my friend.
Hello.
Crackling's gone. What did you just do a while ago?
I know what I've done. You've got the echo cancellation.
Okay.
I didn't have that clicked.
Okay, cool. So here, that's a great point. So this is the way I would have. I'm glad we kind of solved it on the fly. Here's the way I would have first solved this. For example, if I didn't recognize that it was from Anfield, or Charles, for example, or myself, and was like, hey, there's some audio, couldn't really figure where it's at. I would have done this first. I would have muted every single guest. Remember, as the admin
in the past, yes, I've done that when I've had panels. If you've seen someone's getting feedback from somewhere, you go through the mute and succeed first.
All right, so go ahead, Christian. So go ahead, Christian. Finish what you're saying.
So what I was going to say was, I would mute every single person. For example, I would go through and mute Anfield. I would go through and mute Charles, for example, and I'd listen. Okay, where's that audio coming from? Hey, if it's coming from Anfield, okay, so I would leave Charles open, I'd leave myself, and then we'd work with Anfield on this to figure out what that issue was. And sometimes it is a matter of a few things. Sometimes it's a matter of just going into your on your own StreamYard view. If you click on the 3 dots and click on edit mic settings, you will see echo cancellation. You can also, for example, adjust this volume. So when Anfield first joined, I reduced his volume because it was at like 200. And so I reduced his volume because I knew that was going to be pretty loud for everyone. but in order to fix the crackling, you enabled the echo cancellation or disabled it?
I enabled it.
Enabled it, yeah. So
I never knew what is that echo cancellation. I've never really had it clicked.
So basically what the echo cancellation is doing is so if your guest has like a high quality mic and they're wearing headphones, like you don't really need the echo cancellation because that's where those kinds of products do it.
That I ain't got, because sometimes I'll mute my headset and I'll use the mic that is on the. I've got a lapel mic, the clip-out mics.
Yep.
Here.
So that's what that does, and then the other thing also that it does is it works with like noise suppression and auto gain control and things like that. So
yeah.
And then the third thing I would do if you join and you're like, hey, something's off with my audio. Just do a quick refresh. Sometimes it's literally a matter of leaving the studio, coming right back in, and it'll sometimes fix it.
I've done that before. If I've had issues, I've left stream, come back. But most of the things now I've started doing on my live stream is I'm changing the thumbnails all the time because I think a better thumbnail shows you're doing different things. You're not using the same picture all the time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, my friend, the time has clicked. If you want to come back in, just click it and come back in, my friend. But thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thank you, Charles and Christian.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Here's I want to pull this up, Christian, and you can answer this question. Where is it? Here it is. Boom. Here's a question. Have you ever streamed live, including music, throughout your StreamYard with guests successfully?
So you can do it. Is the question, Darren? Is it to bring background music in, or are you asking from a copyright perspective?
Yeah. So that's why I want to put that up
and I know Darren, he's been watching the show for a while, so I always love all the great questions he asks. So
yeah, it's a twofold. I think music brings some type of interesting feeling to it, sound effects. All that stuff is great for your channel. Like you can put anything you want to change it up. It's fun. But at the same time, the key word that Christian said, copyright music. Make sure that the song you're using is copyright free. You go to the right platforms, the proper websites, and get the songs that are copyright free. Because you don't want to be playing music, have a great interview just to get it striked or get it muted at the end of the day. So yeah, using music in the background, low in the background while you're doing interviews or sound effects, it's all great, but make sure you get the proper one.
And one other way you can play music in the background. So a lot of you have asked us about like Stream Deck integration and things like that. Stream Deck has the ability, like it's basically a hotkey feature. And so the way that it works is like, you can set up one of the buttons on a Stream Deck, push the button, and it will play music. And if it's routed into your computer, it will actually play the music in the background of your stream if you want to. So, so that's a very good option there as well. So if you happen to have a Stream Deck lying around, they're good for that as well. So I want to make sure we answer Zippera, Queen Zip, Schroschfire. I hope I said that right.
That was pretty good, man. I was like, okay, can you get this one?
So they said, can you give suggestions on, can you give suggestions on how to improve video sharing in live streams? Their video skips the majority of the time when sharing, but the videos outside of StreamYard does not skip when playing. So I'm going to work from the back on this. So if you just play the file on your computer and it's not skipping, the reason it's not skipping is because it's not hitting the internet. It's using your machine. It's playing on the local machine.
Right.
So then when you go, and this is a question we need greater clarity on. Are you using the share screen option, or so there's share screen, where you could share like a YouTube tab. There's a share video option, which will play the video file from your hard drive. And there's even under brands, the ability to do the video clip, which would share a 10-minute or less video.
And that is my suggestion. I always love when I can put the actual video into StreamYard itself, because you can click on it, test it, you see it will play. It's not trying to bring it over from something. It's hardwired into your platform. So my suggestion always to everybody when they ask is upload it directly into your StreamYard, because you have the ability to do that.
So real quick, I just want to break that down. 3 options for sharing a video file. The first one is going to be under the brand tab, under video clips. That will upload the video file to StreamYard servers. So therefore, it's not relying on your internet to do it. The second one is to do share and video file. That is going to be playing from your computer. So if that is how you're doing it and it's struggling, for example, or it's pausing or freezing, it could be that the video file is too large for your internet to handle. So your internet's trying to keep up, but it's not able to do it. So what you can do is you can use a tool like handbrake.fr, and you could downsample the quality of the video to make it easier to play up there. The third option is to do the share option and do share screen, and that would be sharing like a browser tab. Just remember to click the share audio checkbox that will be on that screen as well.
Yeah, and if you can bring was that Fernando, I think his name was, that comment back up, Eric. There it is. That you can have 10 minutes, right? And then 200 megabytes video into StreamYard. So if your videos are under 10 minutes, then I always suggest put it right into StreamYard. You have more control, because then you're not sharing screen and then going over to it somewhere else to push play and then hit pause and then restart. The only time I think you should share video that way is if you're going to be talking over the video. So you play a little bit of the video and then you pause and go, okay, if you see what they did there, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's continue with the video. And then you continue again. That's the only way I think you should share video that way. If you're going to be talking, doing a tutorial over the video. If you're just going to play the whole video, I always suggest put it right into StreamYard.
Fantastic. Okay, so Charles, we got one other another keyword, right, for everyone?
Yes. So for me, I want to know, what have you guys mastered? Okay, that's the thing. Like, you guys have been using StreamYard for a while now. I think you guys are, there's some key things. What's the one thing like the back of your hand? Okay, well, what's the one thing that oh, I can teach somebody that. Oh, I love using StreamYard for this. I can do it, no problem. What's the one thing that you guys know how to do? Put the word in the chat. You can pull that back up, Eric, so they know what word they're using. I'd appreciate it, my friend. I want to know, what are you guys smooth and easy with? Okay, mastered. Put that into the comments. We're gonna pick a winner. What is the one thing? Is it I see layouts? I see, what is the one thing that you guys can do smooth, easy? You make your own layouts. Is it the videos? Love it.
That's a good one. Particle Station says they mastered how to turn it on. Here's the thing. That is like one of the I think, Charles, I think you mentioned at the beginning, was making sure that you knew how to actually start the broadcast. Because remember, it's just like any sort of like a newscast. Even they're not there in a studio and it's all of a sudden going live.
Yep.
They're in the studio. They're able to interact, talk, and whatnot, but they have to hit the on-air button to push it out.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to know how to start it. You got to know how to stop it. Great. Layouts, share videos and presentations. Fantastic. Overlay switching. I got to say, Nancy, yeah, that's a big thing, is overlay switching, because again, that's why a run of show is so important for your live streams.
Yep.
Knowing what needs to happen. And remember, just because you have eight different layouts you can switch between, it doesn't mean you have to use all of them. So great feedback from everyone. In this case, I'm running ads. Is it possible to get continuous play? I have to add lib in between advertisements.
Okay, so I think I know, because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
For me, I've mastered my ads. So I know when my ads are finishing, and I don't wait to the end. I just click the next. So if that's what, I don't know if that helps you, but you're saying running the advertising. Yeah, so I put them in. I've studied each ad and I know when it's about to finish, and I just click the next one so it doesn't cut before the next one goes over. It just runs into the next one and runs into the next one. Master of brain freeze and stream. I've mastered switching the host and the, something? Some people might be thinking, well, that's easy. No, because there's different views on how to do the host and the guest, because in a guest you can do full screen, half screen, shared screen, and different layouts that StreamYard gives you.
And it depends on the position you're in too. So for example, right now I have Charles is here. He's selected. If I hit the solo layout, he's going to take over the screen. As you can see, I'm on the left here. I want to show you this. So if I'm switching through the layouts, by the way, Charles, I'm gonna have some fun with this. So I can, but here's the thing. If I click the solo layout button, I'm on the left. And so what's going to happen is I am going to actually take over the screen and not Charles. I can also then switch to split. So as you can see, I'm on the left. I can do group. I can do spotlight, for example. I can do news if we had a screen being shared. I can use the screen option to go back to that. And then I have picture in picture if we have a screen shared. And I also have a cinema view as well, but I'm not using either of those with things. So, however, I'm going to flip Charles's position. Let's put Charles on the left. And now when I go through the same thing, watch this. Charles is first. I'm up next. Group shot, spotlight, etc. And I can just drag him. Again, you can just drag your guest to the position you want them in. So it's going to be the person on the left. And there we go. We got Eric. Yeah.
And now I'm going to throw you for a loop.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Yep. So
let's go.
So there's solo. Again, solo is going to take the top person in the top left corner. Split's going to go back to this. Group. Spotlight. News. So then, and remember, by the way, in your StreamYard dashboard, the ones that have the silhouette of the person, those are for when you have people on screen. When you have a screen share, that's what the other options are going to be used for. So they're basically the ones that have the square box. That's actually what's going to show those different views for that.
Okay,
so let me go back to
hold on 1 second before you do that.
Yeah.
Can you add our names to the screen?
I have to take the comment down actually. So yeah.
So add our. So here's one thing that people forget as well. When you're going through some of those motions and you're pulling up views, sometimes your name, depending on the person's sitting arrangement, will cut off the person or what they're seeing.
Here, let me do an adjustment. So right now you've got my full name, and you see a lot of us put like our Twitter handles, for example, at the end of something. I'm going to add Twitter handle, and as you can see, it's actually getting cut off in that view.
Right.
So, but then if I switch to group, hey, you can actually see that. So you do have to keep this in mind as well, depending on the view that you're going to be using.
Okay, and then hold on, I'm going to do this. Let me just do this as well. If you pull up comments, large comments, let me just find something. Okay, now go through the series again. Okay, so if you go through the series, your name disappears.
Yep.
All right, so if you have your name up and you're going through the series, your name disappears. So you have to remember, oh, why can't I see the person's name? See, Christian's name is not there. As long as you have a comment that's up, your name automatically disappears. So you can roll through the whole thing and then there it is, pops up again. So it does take a little mastering to remember how to get rid of the names, when to pull up the names, comments, all that stuff.
And this is why, by the way, Eric, thank you so much. Again, we're gonna put Eric backstage. We'll bring him back on in a little bit. But this is why it's so important for you to have a run of show as well for your stream, because and as Nancy Lewis mentioned, and Eric, let's make sure we highlight that. She said, good point. Just because you have the layouts and the overlays doesn't mean you use them all. And so you just have to be mindful of that. Yeah. Again, like that's where your run of show is important. It's having a run of show is literally just a script of, for 5 minutes, we're going to run this intro. Here's what our actual opening is going to be. It's going to be for 2 minutes. We're going to be on, a 2-person group layout, for example, if that's the thing. And this is all stuff you should work out ahead of time through your show. It's not like, oh, well, last minute, hey, I'm going to do this view, for example. Like this view sort of works, but it depends on what your goal is.
Right.
And how people are positioned on camera and things like that as well. So
here's one thing I want to ask. It says, how do you do that? I've been trying to learn how to do that. Do that what? If you have your makeup on now, come on. We'd love to have you on the show. So what do you mean? How do you do that? I've been trying to learn that for which part were you trying to learn? Which part was that interesting? Which part that found interesting? Let us know. And if you want to come on and talk about it, let us know. All right. So we had some people put mastered in the comments.
Oh, Steven, you're so welcome, by the way. I mean,
Oh,
that's what we're
man.
here for. So
Exactly. See, everybody, here's the one thing you got to do. Consistent. The more you stream, the more often you stream, the more you use StreamYard, click the buttons, play around with the buttons, you're going to find out there's a lot of interesting stuff that you can do with StreamYard. A lot of interesting things you can do with StreamYard. But the thing is, be consistent. Just don't go live today and then you don't go live again for another week or two, or you know what I mean? Just be consistent. Consistency is the number one thing for you guys.
And what I want to do, by the way, real quick, I think what she was asking about, Charles, I think she was asking about switching angles. By the way, also, Charles, do me a favor, check the private chat real quick, and I'm gonna let me just share this real quick with everyone.
Okay, sounds good.
This is what I think I think she was talking about, switching angles, and so I want to highlight this to you all. So basically, what I've done here, I'll show this first. So I basically have added myself to the stream, but the part that is the most important part, and this is the stuff you need to master, it's these layouts along the bottom here. So for example, if you've got the solo view, you've got the split view, you've got the group layout view, you've got the one with spotlighting someone. So anything that has the person on it, by the way, these are views that you can change. So they're ones where, like, for example, as long as we have more than one person up, I can switch between these. However, if I have a screen share up, I can use the news layout, or I can use the screen layout, or the picture-in-picture feature we just rolled out, or the cinema layout. All of these with the little square box mean that you will be able to show something on screen and then have another person, for example, on that screen with you. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. More than happy to chat about that.
All right. And then there's one thing there. I don't know if you guys saw that Christian had on there. I'm going to do it to myself just now. You can have avatars. So if your camera's not on, you can actually switch this and put a picture of yourself in there. So you can have a little avatar in there. So I'm going to go in there. I'm going to edit my avatar. I can pick from your own pictures.
You want to share your screen, by the way? Let's see if we can do that.
Hold on, it's thinking right now. There you go. So I just went in and picked a picture, and now instead of having blank, that will be my avatar. Anytime I turn off my camera, it automatically will pull up a picture. So camera on, camera off, camera on, camera off. It gives you your own avatar. There you go.
And then one thing to know about that, by the way, to access the avatar feature, for example, if like I'm going to turn it off, and then I'll show you how this works. So if I'm going to disable it, and if I just hit stop cam, here's what's going to happen. I'm still here. Yep. But I'm not on screen. And so the reason is because the audio avatar feature has to be enabled on your account. You either get you get the ability, for example, to be Wizard of Oz right now, where I can talk over top of everyone, not be on the screen, or I can go under the cam mic settings in a broadcast and check on the audio avatars option. And now I'm going to start the camera back. If I stop the camera, I can actually talk here and you can see me. So yeah, those are just a couple of layouts.
And I love that option, because sometimes your guest is showing something on screen and you don't want to interrupt them by bringing yourself back on. So you could just be that voice. My last show, that's what I did. She was showing something and I still wanted to ask her questions, but I didn't want to put myself on screen. So like Christian said, just having it that way, or just being the voice in the background, I still answered her questions, but you guys never saw me, but you heard my voice. So that's another option as well.
Definitely. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we want to share screen. If you notice, let me see, can we share screen? We'll do this real quick before we go. Let me see. Do you want to share your screen there, Christian?
Yeah, sure. Let me open it up. Well, what was that?
He wants to know how to upload the avatar.
Very easy. Okay, so I'll go. Let me share this and show you how to do it, and then let's just, after this, Charles, let's take some rapid fire questions from people.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's see. So I think I got that pulled up. Okay, perfect.
And as we're doing that, put consistent in the chat, because we're going to pull a winner, because the key word today is being consistent. More often. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. So we're going to do a giveaway, but you have to put the word consistent in the chat right now. So put the word, just like that, my friend. Put it in, and we're going to draw a winner before we get out of here, because that's the #1 tool.
Here's
how
consistent. So here's how you go about. So Andrew was asking, how does he upload an audio avatar? So here I am in the StreamYard studio. What I want to make sure I go into an actual broadcast, and I want to click on.
Hold on, Christian. Switch over to side view because we're cutting it off.
Okay, let's see. This one?
Yep, there you go.
Okay. So let me go to, so I'm basically in a studio. I'm going to go to cam mic, and I'm going to go to general, and I'm going to uncheck this audio avatar option. If I want to talk over everyone and not be on camera at all, I'm going to uncheck the box, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. So if I add myself to the screen, you should see, you see this note at the top that says mic is muted. You're in the stream with audio only. So that basically means I'm here. I can talk over top of everyone. However, if I go to cam mic again, go to general, and I enable the audio avatar feature, close that out, now I'm actually on screen there. And it is going to pulse if I have the mic open. Right now it's muted. Testing 1, 2. So that's how you go about setting the audio avatar up. And then if I want to change the picture, I click the 3 dots. I select edit audio avatar. And then there's going to be a plus sign here where I can click to upload from my computer, or I can use the basic silhouette. In this case, I think we had a StreamYard logo uploaded or my own photo, and I can do that.
There you go. So there's different options what you can do to change the picture. Real simple, real easy, and you can change it for every show. So, if you're doing different shows, you can change it, put a picture of yourself. If it's Christmas, put Santa Claus in there. If it's Valentine's, put a heart in there. It goes with the theme. That's another aspect to go with the theme.
Okay.
Right, so before we get out of here,
can we do a 5-minute? Can we do a rapid fire?
We're gonna do rapid fire. So if you have any questions, I don't care what it is, what it has to do with streaming, like anything, just put a Q in front of it and just give us some questions, and we're gonna rip through all these questions real quick before we go.
So Eric, do me a favor. Let's start that timer. We're gonna put a 5-minute timer on the clock. Okay, let's go.
All right, so questions. Did I see a question a while ago? I lost it. Can you flip your photos to the right?
What kind of photos are we talking about, Randall? Like if it's, for example, like our photos right now, we can switch views to something like this. We can't actually flip the actual video feed if that's what you're asking about.
Or do you mean switching it like that? Me to the left and him to the right.
And to do that, he's just dragging our window to each spot. Okay, next question. Does StreamYard have plans on making screen sharing multiple Chrome tabs possible, just like the video file, so it'll be easy to add to screen? So I would suggest for something like that, we always are open for feature requests. So if you go to StreamYard.com/contact, Eric, by the way, if you can put that in the comments, that'd be awesome. StreamYard.com/contact. There is an option to submit a request. Right now, what I would probably use is a tool like you can bring in like ManyCam, where it lets you share, like you can create playlist of things, and that might be the best way to do that at the moment.
Okay, showing your name on screen.
So if you want to show your name on screen, for example, right now, when you bring a comment up, let's hide his comment. It actually will like hide our names as well. So that is one option. The other option is if you don't want our names up completely, go to the brands tab, scroll all the way to the bottom of the brands tab, and there's an option that says show display names. Yep. And I can turn it on or I can turn it off depending on what the stream is going to be about. And this way, for example, I don't want to do anything in post or anything like that, I can turn it off. And then this way I can actually hide the names completely.
All right. So your countdown clock, where can I get it? I'm on a PC.
Awesome. So it doesn't matter if you're on a PC or a Mac, you just need to download the new StreamYard assets folder for the month of November. And I'm going to put that in the comments. This is, again, bookmark this link. This is bookmark the November assets.
So here's the beauty of StreamYard and Christian and the whole team.
Hang on one second. Yeah. And let me go back to our one question. And so then once you have the clock, it's an animated GIF, and we have uploaded it under brand and under the logo section.
Yes.
That's the way we're playing it. Okay, so, next one.
Yep. So real quick, I have to give a lot of props to Christian and the team because every month they've been pumping out new GIFs for the season. So if you go back last month for Halloween, they had the pumpkins, they had the black cat. So if you're not part of StreamYard's Facebook group, join because that's where they put it in all the time. So make sure you add yourself to the Facebook group. You're going to see it. Click on it. There's a folder with everything in there. So I have to give the team a big round of applause. You guys are fantastic. All right. Sorry. Had to put that plug out there.
No, all good. I appreciate it.
All right. Here's the next one. Is okay, was it? Is StreamYard compatible with the Mevo?
So the Mevo camera, it has so I tested these out, by the way. And so some of the functionality of the Mevo it is, yes. It really comes down to actually the Mevo setting, the Mevo itself. So Mevo is a camera where like it does have an RTMP option. I think it needs RTMP ingest though, and so that's not an option at the moment. But you can. I did test it at least. I know it worked on an Intel Mac. You had to hardwire into the Mac to use it as a camera. I did test it on the M1 Macs, and it was not working with that. That was about a year ago. But hopefully, I think they've come out with M1 support since then, but it was not working on the M1 when I tested it out. So,
okay, so this is a big one.
Yep.
Is there a way of showing donations, new followers? Well, okay. Stream and Twitch and stream connection with the stream mode like a stream. Okay. Yes, there is different ways of doing it. So for me, if you have a second screen, I do everything on my second screen and I just bring it in as a shared screen. That's my way of doing it. Christian, what's your way of doing it?
I was actually gonna say the same thing. So was to do probably the shared screen option there. And here's the thing, Sven, we can also look into that a little bit. So if you do me a favor, Sven, if you email marketing@streamyard.com and just send me that question, I'm more than happy to do some testing on it and try it out. So awesome. Joel Kitko, what a great show. You guys are consistent with an awesome chat room engagement. We love hearing that, by the way. If you have feedback about this show, we want to hear that. If you like this format or you like the old way where we would just bring people on, let us know. Do I give the StreamYard team an air hug or just think warm and fuzzy thoughts when I use the files? This is awesome, actually.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen, when I first seen it, I'm like, oh, I'd love to add this to them. And then boom, they're always there. So make sure you check in and join in and then have fun with it. A big high five, guys. So I appreciated the show. Not a problem. Not a problem.
I have go ahead. Which you've got just so Grillin' and Chillin', fantastic. We're glad to have you all in the StreamYard Facebook group. We really appreciate that. I want to bring up a comment from My Island, Jamaica. They have a weekly upload on YouTube, but want to do some shorts on YouTube. Do you suggest they create a new channel?
Okay, first of all, My Island, Jamaica, link me up. I want to be on your show. Okay, you know, hometown, Maypen, Racecourse, Clarendon. Okay, I'll be down there soon. So definitely want to see you. Hook me up. Let's link up. All right, sorry, got excited there. Hometown.
No, it's all good. All good. My answer to this, by the way, is if you're talking about making shorts, like for example, if it was the StreamYard YouTube channel, we would not make a separate channel just for shorts content. We would probably make a playlist or something like that. I actually also would give you this tip. I would make two pieces of content. I would make a shorts video.
Yep. And
make a longer video and use the short to drive them to the longer video because people will watch the short video.
Get excited.
And if it's good, got a good hook for it, they will then go watch the longer video. Okay, awesome. Does StreamYard have an option to view brand, example, custom lower thirds before sharing? Sometimes I forget what's on it or how it's worded.
You can see all that in your hosting. Remember, you have access to your backend. So if I'm reading this correctly, drop thirds. Remember, you go into your brand and set them up, and you have folders. So if you use brands and folders all the time, you can make extra folders and have them typed properly the way you want them to look, and just open the folder and click them in. If I got your question correctly.
And the other option, by the way, you could also do to test that ahead of time as well would be if you're in a current live stream, you could always have, for example, like you could open a separate studio and there is a brand folder option. So if you open a separate studio, you go under, for example, if it's banners, you go under banners, there is a folder option, and you can test that in any studio you want to.
Yes.
So that way you could have the live one we're doing right now, and I could be over here testing this in another one.
Right.
Okay.
So I do 3 different shows. So
Yep.
in each folder, I have a folder for those shows. So when I know I'm doing that show that day, I click, open that folder, and everything is right there, ready to go. So don't be uploading every time you do a show. You guys by now should have a folder with all your keywords, all your key emails, all your key sayings already pre-populated in that. If you have to add 1 or 2 during the show, then you do that, but everything should be right there.
Very cool. Okay, so here's what we need to do. I hear from my my director here, or my producer, I think Eric, is telling us that we're at the end of the show. That does mean we got to run a giveaway, though, right? We got time.
Yeah.
Do we have time for a giveaway, Eric?
Yep, we have 10 minutes. We're gonna go 10 minutes. Well, we have a few minutes to do the giveaway, and then we have 5 more minutes, and then we're out of here. So let's do the giveaway. And you had to put in consistent. So pop it back on again if you didn't have a chance to put that in. Put it in.
And what are we going to give away? Actually, I don't think we figured that out yet. So,
well, hey, you guys tell us what you want. You know something? Let's give away the hoodie because we're the hoodie brothers. Hold on, let me just. There we go. We all have a different ones.
Okay, we'll do. Okay,
there we go. Let's give away.
We'll do a hoodie.
All right, come on.
It is winter as well. Okay, so we'll do a hoodie. There we go.
We're all the hoodie brothers. All right.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna do it. We'll do a hoodie giveaway. Or a sweater, as we call it as well. I think some people call it a sweater, right? So
yeah.
They're super comfortable, by the way, super soft. So yeah, let's do that. So you got to put in the word.
And there's 2 different brands. So there's the new one. I think I got the new one on.
There's the new one, and then Eric's got here. Eric, we're gonna bring you on screen.
Yeah.
And Eric's got this one, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got 2 different ones that we actually have. So
there you go, man. Super comfortable. So if you want to win it, make sure you put consistent in the comment.
Sounds good. Okay, so
Eric's going to be our new top model.
And by the way, here's another little tip. I see people putting in hashtag consistent. Remove the hashtag, just the word consistent. Otherwise, it's not going to pick up your entry. So let's do that real quick.
All right, let's go.
Let me make sure I get the right screen here, and then we'll see let's see if it's still going. Okay, so let's take that comment down, and then let's go ahead and bring up the giveaway tool.
All right, if I can find it. Where is it? I got it. Boom.
Perfect.
There we go.
Okay, so we're going to talk about consistent. So any last entries for the ability to win a StreamYard hoodie? So Steven, by the way, if you want to enter, just put the word consistent. So make sure everybody gets a chance.
All right.
Perfect. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And by the way, whoever wins this, we're just going to need you to email Eric. Feel free to pull this one up. We've got a banner for and that would have been funny if it was Eric that won. So Allison Pello. Congratulations. Do us a favor. Email. Go ahead, Eric.
All right, so here's the problem, though. Not the problem, but here's the thing. We didn't tell you this. When you get the hoodie, you got to wear it and come back on the show so you can join us as well. You have to model the hoodie on the show. All right, so that's the stipulation. As soon as you get it, when we're on live again, you got to wear it and show it off so we can see you in the hoodie.
and so do me a favor, by the way, be sure to email me. I won't track people down. So please email me. marketing@streamyard.com. Just reference that you won on live stream reviews, you want a hoodie, and then just give me the size, and we just need to know your information, your I think it's name, email, phone number, address, so that we can get all that information shipped out to you. Awesome.
All right, we got about 5 more minutes and then we're out of here. So rip those questions real quick. Actually, we got 3 minutes. So rip those questions. And first of all, can we give, hold on. I'm going to give Eric.
Well, actually, no, let's use these last 3 minutes. By the way, what do you all think of this format of the show where, we brought people on for, about 5 minutes or so. had you all enter questions to help you work through some of the challenges, being more consistent, things like that as well, versus the old way, which was we would bring someone on and really we didn't kind of cap the time enough. But let us know what you think about that.
Yeah. And I love all the questions. I love when you guys are interactive with us and getting us some questions. So there you go. Can you demonstrate showing how the guests would share their screen? Oh, that is a great one. Okay, before we leave off, I want to do this one because I've had other guests, and here's a funny thing is they used to give me all their slides to share, and I'm like, wait a minute, StreamYard has the options for them to do it themselves during a presentation. So, Eric, can you do a presentation for us, please, sir?
Right, talk about putting him on the spot. I mean, fortunately, you get a template. So,
yeah, do you have anything that you can share on there? Okay,
I'm just going to share my presentation over here.
There you go. Now, here's the thing. Eric went in and hit share. Christian has the ability to pull it up when it's needed. So on the bottom of your screen, that window, just to let you guys know this as well, just took a spot. Okay, so it's a shared window. It took a spot for a person. So if you have like 10 people and you're trying to get somebody in, that just took a spot of one of the positions. So just to let you guys know that, okay? And then Christian has the ability to take it on screen and off screen, but Eric has the ability to move the screen, okay? So right now, I'm gonna take it off, back on, off, back on. But Eric, if you wanna move it now, do something with your screen. So Eric will have the chance, he can move his screen because he's sharing it. So there you go. All right, so this is a great option for presentations. If someone wants to do a presentation, give them the option, let them control it, because I don't know about you, but I hate when someone says, next slide, please. Yes, next slide, please.
That's right.
Skip that slide, please. Go to, no, oh, you know something? Forget about that slide.
And actually, one other thing I want to talk about real quick on that is, Eric sharing a browser tab. The other option, do me a favor, Eric, go behind to Canva when you're in Canva there. So this is actually what I do during a lot of shows. I make a presentation in Canva, and when it's ready, if I go to the share option, I think it is in the top, if it's a presentation, there's a presentation view option, and you can present it. Actually, here, let's do this. Let's see if you can pull one up real quick, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
So let's just do blank template. Doesn't matter. Awesome. Let's just
while
stick something on the left.
And while he's doing that, I didn't ask my favorite question. Where's everybody coming in from? Please put it in the chat. I heard someone say Canada, Toronto, Mississauga. Are you here from New York, Miami, Florida, Mexico? I saw all that stuff. Where are you coming in from? Please put it in the chat so we can see where you're coming in from.
So this is one option you can do, which is, so Eric clicked on the present option within Canva. Now there's a couple options. If you do present, it's going to take over your whole screen. However, what I do, click present, and then there's a drop down and select the presenter view option. It's going to pop open a smaller version of the presentation, that little small one right there. You can resize the window, and then you can share that window within StreamYard. So if you hit share and then share window, it will share the exact slides there, and you can move through them without having it take up your entire screen. What I personally do is I split my screen. I make that box super small, put in the corner. I can use my arrow keys. I can click through it, and I'm able to move through it and still keep the StreamYard Studio open. If I have one monitor, if I have multiple monitors, I put it on one other monitor and just share the window. So very, very cool. Very cool feature there, by the way. So with that.
All right. So listen, before you guys go, and I want to pull up this comment because thank you so much. We never say this enough. Everybody hit that like button and share your support for StreamYard. We do like it. Thank you so much. If you like it, hit the like button, follow. If you're not following us, make sure you follow us, hit the follow button and hit the like button. You know what I mean? We want to get sure that everybody's liking what we do. So thank you so much. We don't say that enough, do we, Christian? Like, share, subscribe.
We don't actually, but you know what? We got to make NLTMW our official like, share, and subscribe ambassador here. But
there you go. Hit that button, everybody. Subscribe. Hit the button. Oh, they always do this, right? Which way are they pointing? They always like, share, subscribe.
Well, I gotta say, this has been a great show. My last reminder, in addition to sharing, when's the next show? Actually, just have two quick announcements. The first one is we have a town hall. every single Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's
Yep.
where you get the chance to chat with Dan and Gage, the co-founders of StreamYard, and they do it every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a brisk 30 minutes.
Oh, brisk.
So they like, it hits 30 minutes and they're done.
Yep.
So it's like, but it's super value packed. A lot of times they use it to announce new features and, you know, obviously talk to you as well. You know, our customers, because we love hearing about you, and, you know, and how you're using StreamYard. So that's the first announcement. And then the second one is, don't forget, we've got live stream reviews. We're coming back. And did I get the date right? I think I did, right, Eric? It's the first and the third Saturdays of every single month.
Yes.
November 20th. I think we'll probably be back at 12 p.m., but November 20th.
And just to let you know, everybody, the 19th is my birthday. So this will be a birthday party. So you got to make sure you tell everybody we're going to do a birthday party on our show. You know, that's my birthday. Come on, people. You got to support and show up for my birthday. Come on now.
The Caribbean factor.
Listen, where's that group? I want to make sure he sends up some music for us. We'll have some cake. We'll make it big. Come on now.
Fantastic. Well, this has been a lot of fun, I got to say. But with that, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We'll see you all on November 20th. So thanks a lot, everyone.
See you next time, guys.